Hi, I'm Lawson. I have content on YouTube, Substack, where I have a newsletter. I have a podcast you can find on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. I blog on WordPress. I'm a contributor to the digital amendment ecosystem on WordPress. I write on Medium.com. A lot of my content I have removed from the paywall on Medium so you can see it for free. So just, if you want, go to Medium.com. If you like, you can do that without paying. And go and look for my name in the search. And just find a story that's not behind the paywall. As I go along, there's going to be more free stories. I've got so many I can't make them all free at once. It's just not possible to do. But you can find my free content that way, or you can just Google my name and look for my picture and find free content. And so if you like my content, please subscribe to my newsletter or subscribe to my blog on WordPress. I'd appreciate it. In 2013, I had a stroke. And while I was recovering from that stroke, my uncle his health took a turn for the worse. And then eventually he passed away. Just a few weeks after I had the stroke, not too long after I had the stroke. And, well, I don't know, time goes. It lasted long enough for me to lose a job, basically. And so anyway, I was, after he passed away, I was able to go back to work. But I had a problem, and the thing is, I had a problem, and I did not realize what the problem was. I didn't realize how much trouble I was in. So the problem was I wasn't making enough money. Florida is a very expensive place to live, and if you're living on your own, you need to be making a lot more than what a security guard makes in Florida. And so there's things I could have done. I could have found a roommate. I could have found some state agency, maybe found some kind of state help. Maybe I could have gone on food stamps so I could have bought some food. I could have done all this stuff. But I just didn't realize I was in trouble. I thought I'd get back to work, get back to working full time, and money would solve everything. But the problem was I couldn't find a full-time job fast enough. But I still, and I thought, well, naive me, I thought I'd talk to the trailer park manager and something would get worked out. Of course, they're not going to help you. They just assume that evict you and sell or rent your place out at a higher rate. Stuff I didn't think about. So the problem I had was I was naive. I had my head up my butt. I was getting out and dating, meeting women, and I was more interested in that. I just did not realize, my point is, have awareness of your situation. Have awareness of your finances. And if there's something that needs to be done, take care of business. You know? Because it's nothing, it messes with your head when that process server shows up. And you're given 24 hours to leave a place that you worked hard to build up. And it was a dump. It wasn't anything special. But it was mine. First thing I ever bought on my own like that. I was proud of it in a weird way. And I lost it. So, my advice, I'm always giving advice in this channel. My advice is to be aware of your finances. Realize that you need help when you need it, and don't be afraid to ask for help. Now, if I would have, and another thing I think you should do. My suggestion is to go online and find out every social services place in your area. Find out any kind of charity. Have a list of people that you can call when you start feeling like you're in trouble. And do this before you get the eviction notice. Have the location of the nearest food banks. Figure out how to get an EBT card. Do all this before you're in trouble. Have everything all written out. Have an action plan. Because, especially if you don't have a lot of people around you, if you don't have a lot of friends or family that are able to or willing to help you, if you're doing it on your own, if I would have had an action plan, maybe, and if I would have acted on that plan before the process server showed up, maybe I'd still be in Florida today. Who knows? Things worked out for me, but I had to go through a lot of pain before I got to where I am now. So, don't be caught like a deer in the headlights. When you see the light of the train coming, do something to get off the tracks. Don't get ran over. I got ran over, and it messed up my life, and it hurt really bad. So, I hope this helps, and I hope if you have any suggestions for content, let me know, and check out my blog on WordPress and my newsletter on Substack. Thanks a lot. Have a good day.